I still remember that night. It was exactly 2:13 a.m. I know that because I kept checking my phone again and again, hoping time would move faster, but it didn't. The clock stayed stuck at 2:13, like something was holding it there. Everything felt frozen. I was sitting alone in my room. No lights were on. The only thing lighting up my face was the faint glow of my phone screen. The rest of the room was dark, quiet, and strangely heavy. Outside, the wind was strong. It wasn't normal wind. It was loud and aggressive, hitting my window over and over again. Thud, thud, thud. At first it felt normal, just another stormy night. But after a while, something started to feel off. It's hard to explain. Nothing had changed, but at the same time, everything felt different, like the air in the room had become heavier, like something invisible had entered the space. You know that feeling when your mind tells you everything is fine, but your body doesn't agree? That's exactly what it felt like. I tried to distract myself. I opened Instagram. Nothing loaded. No internet. I switched to YouTube. Same thing. No signal. I frowned and refreshed again, but it didn't change. It was like the entire network had just disappeared. That's when the silence got worse. It wasn't just quiet anymore. It felt thick, almost like the silence itself had weight. And then I felt it. That strange feeling, like someone was watching me. I looked around my room slowly. Nothing was there. Just the same furniture, the same walls, the same shadows. But the feeling didn't go away. Then suddenly, knock, knock, knock. I froze. My body went completely still. For a second, I thought I imagined it. Maybe it was just the wind hitting something outside. I didn't move. Then again, knock, knock, knock. This time it was clearer, slower, controlled. That wasn't the wind. Someone was knocking. At 2:13 a.m., my heart started beating faster. I could hear it clearly in my ears. I slowly stood up. My legs felt weak, like they weren't fully under my control. Step by step, I walked toward the door. As soon as I got closer, the knocking stopped. Just like that, complete silence. I stood in front of the door and waited. Then I spoke quietly. "Who is it?" No answer. Only the sound of the wind outside. I leaned a little closer to the door, and then I heard it. A voice, soft, barely audible. "Open the door." I stepped back immediately. Something about that voice was wrong. It didn't sound natural. It didn't sound like a real person. It sounded like something trying to imitate a human voice. I grabbed my phone and turned on the flashlight. My hands were shaking slightly. Instead of opening the door, I moved toward the window. Slowly, I pulled the curtain aside. At first, I couldn't see anything, just darkness and rain. Then I noticed something, a figure, standing right in front of my door, not moving, not doing anything, just standing there. He was tall, too tall. His body looked strange, like it was stretched unnaturally. His arms were longer than they should be, hanging lower than normal. His head was slightly tilted, and his face, I couldn't see it clearly, but somehow I knew he was looking directly at me, even though I was inside, even though the room was dark. He knew. I stepped back slowly. My breathing got heavier. I tried to convince myself that maybe it was just someone asking for help, but deep down I knew that wasn't true. Then, knock, knock, knock. This time it was louder, more aggressive, like whoever it was had lost patience. And then he spoke again, but this time the voice was different. It sounded like me, exactly like me. "Open the door, it's me." I dropped my phone. That wasn't possible. No one could copy my voice that perfectly. My throat went dry. I didn't move. I didn't speak. I just stood there, completely frozen. Then my phone buzzed on the floor. I looked down. There was a call coming in from my own number. My hands started shaking more as I picked it up. I answered slowly, and then I heard it, my voice. But this time it sounded scared, crying, begging. "Don't open the door. Please don't open it." The call ended. I stood there in silence. My chest felt tight. It was getting harder to breathe. I slowly looked back at the door, and then bang! Something hit the door hard. I jumped back. Another hit. Bang! The door shook violently like something was trying to break it down. I moved further back, my heart racing faster than ever, and then suddenly, silence, complete silence. The wind stopped. The knocking stopped. Everything stopped. I waited. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Nothing happened. Slowly, I walked back toward the door. I don't know why. Maybe curiosity. Maybe I just wanted to confirm that it was over. I bent down and looked through the keyhole. At first, I saw nothing, just darkness. Then suddenly, an eye, right there, looking back at me. I fell back instantly. My heart felt like it stopped for a second. That thing was standing right outside, watching me through the keyhole, waiting. Then it started laughing. The sound wasn't normal. It was broken, distorted, like multiple voices were layered on top of each other. "Let me in, let me in, let me in." It kept repeating over and over again. I ran to my bed and pulled the blanket over myself. I didn't know what else to do. I just stayed there, completely still, trying not to make any sound. After some time, everything went quiet again. The voice stopped. The knocking stopped. I don't remember when I fell asleep, but the next thing I remember, it was morning. Sunlight was coming through the window. Birds were chirping outside. Everything felt normal again. I slowly got up and looked around the room. Nothing was out of place, no sign of anything. I walked toward the door and stood there for a moment. moment. Then I opened it. The hallway was empty. No one was there. I felt a sense of relief. Maybe it really was just my imagination. Maybe I had overreacted. Then I looked down. Right in front of the door, there were footprints, but they were wrong. They were backwards, like someone had walked away while still facing the door. My heart sank. And then I saw something else. On the wall, next to the door, there was writing. Dark, thick. It looked like blood. It said, "You didn't open the door." I stepped back slowly. My mind went blank. Then, right below it, another line appeared. Fresh, like it was being written right in front of me. "I'll come inside next time." I didn't sleep that night, or the night after. It's been 3 days now. Every night, at exactly 2:13 a.m., I hear it again. Knock, knock, knock. And each night, it sounds closer, like it's not outside anymore, like it's already here, waiting for the moment I make a mistake and open the door.